Coming up next, it is a middleweight matchup between Chris Weidman and Kelvin Gastelum. Well, on April 13, 2013, he upset Uriah Hall to win the Ultimate Fighter. 6 years later, he challenged for interim UFC middleweight gold, unable to finish the job that night, but a valuable 25-minute exchange there with Israel Adesanya, one of the best title fights we have ever seen. And now Gastelum trying to rebuild and get back to the top of the game.
And it starts today. The journey back to the top starts at level 1, and Kelvin Gastelum will embrace that. He will look at it and he will say, I am up to this journey. I'm up for the fight. I'm up for the uphill battle. I am up for the preparation of trying to become a champion. It's been a sole goal for Gastelum, and he will do everything in his power, starting tonight, to put himself back in a UFC championship fight.
All right, so an interesting stylistic clash here. Prevailing wisdom is he's going to try to take his opponent down and get off some of that patented ground and pound.
Yes, and once he's on top, he starts to just gain control first. He does not try to rush to the next position because he understands whether or not he's in the guard, half guard, or side control, he can find ways to land big damage. In the side control, he does a really good job of going knee on belly, posturing his body all the way to the top, and just coming down with big punches. Boom, once he lands, he goes back and he secures.
Right.
Then he goes back to find another big strike. He does not waste energy just throwing little rabbit punches. Everything has to matter, as you've seen in some of the great ground and pound fighters you've ever seen, like Jack Hermanson, guy that beats you into the bottom of the octagon until you roll over and give up your neck to get submitted.
Yeah, nothing pitter-patter about it.
No.
Our tail of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. Gastelum is 28, Weidman is 36. He is 5 inches taller. He will have a 7-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Miragliotta. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler holding a professional record of 17 wins, 8 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Yuma, Arizona, USA, Kelvin Gastelum. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler holding a professional record of 15 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Baldwin, New York, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Weidman.
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fight.
They touch him up, and we are underway.
You ready?
All right, here we go with round 1, and sometimes when you have a closely contested matchup on paper, grappler versus grappler, we see a striking affair, but all indications are these guys are going to try to clinch and try to do what got them to the big show.
They will try to clinch, right? They may try and strike, but ultimately, John, they are grapplers at their core. And at their core, they need to be in contact. The only issue is normally, for both of these guys, when they're in these grappling exchanges, They never face anyone that's as diverse or as good in each position as they are tonight. They get mirror images of themselves.
Out of range with that one. All right, so no surprise. Once again, we find ourselves here in this clinch situation. We'll see who can advance.
Who's going to be the person to dictate the pressure? Who's going to control the engagement from this 50-50 position?
Wow. Well, we talked about his reach advantage off the top. Made good use of it there with that punch, DC.
He changes the angle, finds the right spot to land that punch to the head from the clinch. Ooh, big shot land.
He's got a serious right punch, and he went to it effectively there.
It is his money shot, and he will continue to throw.
All right, so a nice job to stick with it there to complete the takedown. Gastelum's looking to pass here, denied by the opponent. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long.
Oh, high elbow guillotine. He's attacking guillotine.
Oh, we're getting a finish here. Somehow stays in the fight. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by the All-American wide. Good, solid strike on the ground. All right, side control now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here. And if you're the opponent, you've got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop.
You got to defend, but you can see him now starting to gain posture, and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish.
His opponent squirming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
This could be the beginning of the end. We've seen some really good ground and pound fighters. This young man is as good as any you've ever seen.
Right hand on point. Oh, nice job to reverse position on the ground.
It was bad, but now it's not so bad.
Guillotine attempt now looks as though he's got the neck.
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine. There it is.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Bob. Less than a minute to go now in our opening round. Gastelum's pass attempt denied. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here. He loaded up on that right hand, too.
30 seconds now to go in round one. Outstanding pressure from top position here by Gastelum. "20 seconds now remain in the round. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Gastelum's got him in a crucifix now, going to go to work from the top. Well, you know I don't like the gi very much, but I have. Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight. All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
Yeah, man, you see two high-level grapplers going after it. one guy gets an advantage, the other guy always has a response. We thought it was over. A lesser opponent would have been submitted, but these two are two of the best grapplers in the entire UFC.
Gastelum gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up. Well, you see him land the jab there. He's got the reach advantage. Might as well use it. Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Quick entry here.
Nice single leg entry. Rotates the hand outside to a high punch. Deep, flips him over the top. What a huge takedown.
I mean, do I survive that, or am I read my last round?
Absolutely not. You don't survive it. It's over. It's over, John.
All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage off.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
Oh, excellent pressure here from top position by Gastelum. Oh, looks like he's transitioned to an armbar.
You cannot stay in the guard of these great jiu-jitsu guys.
He's gonna attack armbar here. You gotta recognize that when a guy starts to put his feet on your hips, you gotta move him off, and you gotta cover. You can't be off to an angle. Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Brilliant submission defense there. All right, full guard here, DC. What does he need to do to improve position?
Well, he's got to start to build his posture, get some damage off, move that half guard, which in turn leads to more opportunities for advancement. If you're on the bottom, you got to anticipate those movements the moment he tries to move to the next position. You build a shield, get back to your feet, or dig an underhook to try to get a reversal or a sweep.
70 total strikes have landed for Kelvin Gastelum. And essentially landing on 7 of every 10 attempts, 71% unofficially the accuracy rate thus far against Chris Weidman. Well, and there's the double leg takedown for him. Beautiful entry there. All right, full guard now, DC.
The fighter on top needs to be trying to gain posture to throw ground and pound and then move to the next position. But if you're on the bottom, you've got to build a shield. Try to push your opponent off to try to get back to your feet.
Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom.
Oh, right to the mount.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position up the bottom.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Weidman. Got clipped with the right hand.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
All right, side control now. Oh, and he's able to land a strike there from the bottom. Nicely done by Gastelum. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
Thought he's going to attack the triangle choke here. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes to the finish. Watch his chest.
Oh, man, that was slick.
Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Gastelum. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Weidman's pass is denied. Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. 15 seconds. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by what? Ten minutes in the books. All right, let us look back at some of the action from that previous round. DC punches in bunches.
I mean, over and over, he landed that big punch, and every time he landed it, he got the reaction that he was looking for. His opponent really did start to take notice every time he was loading that strike up.
Ready? Ready?
Third round underway.
Good punch.
Right hand upstairs. Stuffs the takedown, no problem.
Right hand punch to the punch.
Well, he has found his range early and often tonight. Another punch to the head by what? Oh, he landed another great shot to the body there. Really starting to connect at a high percentage now in the latter stages of this fight. And gets the double leg takedown. Nice job there, disguising his entry. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hip, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
All right, feet on the hips here. All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these transitions.
He is a master of movement on the ground. You never know where he's going to be.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. Potentially working on a leg attack here, DC.
It looks like he's attacking a heel hook. Oh! Why is he not recognizing this right now? He's got to recognize this is dangerous. This is a dangerous position.
And this might just be a matter of time. And there's the tap of a violent one at that, and you get a false sense of security messing around with this guy on the ground. He's got submissions from everywhere, goes to the heel hook welter.
Beautiful finish by this jiu-jitsu ace. He went right for the top position into that heel hook and got the finish.
All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That is a finish they will likely be talking about for some time. Big win, major statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Murgliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 51 seconds in the third round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Chris
Well, the celebration is on in his corner, and hard to blame these guys, sort of waiting to exhale, get a huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they had in front of them. They knew how tough a competitor his opponent was, but they also knew that if they could get this fight to the ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he loves the most.